Hey, Mike. Will you run with me to the store really quick? All right. Yeah, I just need a hand. What do we got going on here?
Dude, the world's a crazy place, man. Bombs are going all over the place. Elections coming up.
Mike, we're going to Walmart.
It's even worse.
I think maybe we're doing a little bit too much. Oh my God. All right, let's go. Oh, hey there, YouTube. You didn't see anything, okay? Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So today we're doing another Bob at the board, and we're talking about public safety, specifically not working in public safety, but your safety in the public. And this is going to be primarily towards our dads, our husbands, our brothers, our dudes, if you would. And I know Britt's going to do an awesome video talking to the ladies, right? So when we think about public safety, the first thing we want to do is we want to be realistic. What we don't want to be like is Medic Mike throwing on a plate carrier and a helmet and grabbing a long gun to go to Walmart. That's ridiculousness, and it's going to intimidate people. Now, what we do want to do is be prepared as a modern-day American in these current times with the socioeconomic, political, whatever climate and everything that's going on. So first things first, you guys have seen the video on the EDC. If you haven't seen the video, it'll be linked below. But the EDC goes over what should you realistically be carrying on you every single day to employ to increase your survivability inside of an emergent setting, right? So you want to have your EDC on you, right? So if you don't have it, you don't got it, right? And then with that, you want to be actually training to use your EDC, whether that's a sidearm, whether that's medical, whether that's communication, whatever it may be, you want to be actually training with these tools so that way inside of an emergency situation or inside of a stressful event, you can actually employ those tools properly, right? And you want to train first as yourself, as a human being who's just one person, right? But then also you want to train with your team. And your team could look like a variety of things. For me, my team looks like my family first and foremost, right? So you have to know your team. Know who is actually going to be alongside you, who's going to be next to you, right? And that comes into a liability versus asset analysis. Know who is going to be a liability on your team and who's going to be an asset. So, for example, your wife is most likely an asset versus if you have an infant, that is a liability, right? And that's not a negative connotation as though there's some sort of bad thing on you. Babies are awesome. They're beautiful. They're a gift from the Father. But a baby is going to be a liability inside of an emergency situation, and so we have to properly account for that, right? So know your team and train with your team. And that doesn't mean, hey, go shooting with your 1-year-old, but it does mean you should be able to move actively and quickly with the people that are on your team that you're traveling the most often with. So there could be a little bit of fun exercise on Sunday with the fam where you guys do some obstacle courses together. It could be a lot better than watching a stupid football game or maybe wasting your time on some other nonsense, right? So be training with your team. You know who that is. You know who's an asset. You know who's a liability. Pour into your assets to continue to build them up. Work with your liabilities to shift them over to the asset category. And our next thing is going to be situational awareness, right? So we want to know what's around us. And that doesn't mean be hyper gray man, always looking around, super concerned, checking under your legs and stuff like that. But no, know who is around you, know what their demeanor may be, how are they, what persona are they carrying, be able to analyze people's belt lines, know kind of, what threats may align in your AO, in your direct AO. So if you're in Walmart, know who's within a 10 to 15 foot distance from you at most times, right? We want to be situationally aware. Has a car been following me? Does it seem like, 2 dudes on a motorcycle have been following me for, 6 turns? Okay, that's an indicator. We should be aware of that, right? So we want to be training on our situational awareness. A great game that you can play is the color is the color game. So what color was the vehicle next to us 2 stops away, or 2 stops before, right? And be getting into these memory games to see if your brain is actively engaged. Are you outside of your cell phone? Are you in your surroundings? Are you actually paying attention, right? Next, that comes down to knowing where you are. We live in a very digital age now, and everybody uses Google Maps or Apple Maps and all these stuff. I would implore you to be more active in your location. Know your address wherever you are at all times. It happens all the time in 911 calls. Somebody goes to call 911. They say, 911, where's your emergency? And they go, and they freeze because they don't know where they are. Or they'll say the wrong address, or they'll say the wrong location or the wrong name. Something as simple as, hey, I'm in this store, I'm at this place in this town, right? That gives them a ton of information. And it's not just, hey, I'm in Walmart. Where are you in Walmart? I'm in Walmart at the frozen food section, aisle 13. I'm, on the back end of the section towards the back of the store. Knowing that information as to where you are would allow you to better communicate inside of an emergency situation. And then your threat matrix. Know where you live and what threats are around you. If you have a bunch of unsavories that have moved into your neighborhood and you've gotten a lot of traffic and it seems like maybe there's drug activity, that's something you should put into your threat matrix. We're going to be aware now when we go by that location, or people are, screaming from that location. That's something for us to kind of key up on and pay attention to. At the same time, same thing with certain locations inside your town. Hey, we know this part of town experiences more crime, or there was a shooting that happened here 2 weeks ago. We want to be actively engaged in our community to know what's happening around us. That makes us more informed, and intelligence always fuels operations. So that will change our posture, that'll change what we're doing, what we're carrying, how we're moving about, where we're taking the kids, where we're not taking the kids, all that stuff. So that way we reduce as much risk as possible. Obviously we can't nerf the world, but information is so much power inside of this day and age, and accurate information. Know the difference between rumant and humant. Rumored intelligence versus human intelligence. Human intelligence isn't always accurate, but it's more accurate than rumored intelligence, right? So if we can get first-hand or second-hand information from somebody that's credible, that's already proven to be true, that's going to really help us in our threat matrix to continue to build out what's dangerous and what's not dangerous. Let us know in the comment section below what you guys are doing, what you're carrying, how you're training, what you're doing with your family, without too many specifics, because OPSEC bro, to make yourself a better leader for your household, a better leader for yourself, a better leader for your community, so that way you're the most prepared you can be as a modern day American. We love you. We pray you're staying safe out there. Shalom.